Hello guys, today in speedrunning a random newly released game, which is Lemonade Apocalypse. Okay, pause why the text-to-speech pronounced that so weird, but anyways, ignoring that. In the background is my speedrun, and I will say I am going to speed up the game in slow parts of the run because in this idle clicker game, there is a bit of waiting which I couldn't really avoid, but straight off the bat in the start of the game. You can see me spam clicking like crazy and moving the mouse around a lot, so let me explain what I am doing. Basically, there is a button called allowance which lets you gain some coins, but only if you have less than 10, and I am abusing this to buy a bunch of lemonade, which I can then sell for some nice profit. The very start of this game is very hectic and crazy, but then the sell chance only applies once a second, and so later, I am forced to wait whilst doing nothing basically, which I will speed up for you, but is sad time loss, but whatever. Anyways, later in this video I will try to break the game, and I will say I do something that is really funny and just incredible, so stay tuned, or like skip ahead if you want. I've got like no clue why you are still here, but I'll take it anyways. More about the speed run right now. I am just trying to spam buy some lemonade. To be honest, I'm not too sure about what I am doing. I am just trying to make some money. Things are kinda uninteresting at this point, so we'll speed it up a bit until this part, where something actually happens. Anyways, I would highly recommend you play this game, because it was really fun. But then this happened. That's right, I opened the upgrade section and bought the ice machine, and not gonna lie, this is where the game is really broken in a way, because I just buy these stuff 10 at a time, and whilst it makes it much faster and cool, it doesn't really make sense, and I think making it a hold button that does one only would have made more sense, but oh well. Or at the very least a normal click that gives one. But anyways, here I am spam buying the ice just so I know I'll never need it. In hindsight, this is probably not the greatest idea, because I found out later when I did my speedrun with an auto clicker that spam buying actually makes it lag quite a bit more, and so it would have been better to buy slower, but oh well. I got the lemon upgrade, which is very good as that costs 3, and after this the rest of this level is quite easy, but kinda slow, as you will see soon. If you are wondering how I'm spam clicking so fast without an auto clicker, it's because in this game if you press enter it buys the last item you clicked on, and so I am absolutely mashing click and the enter button and getting a ton of buys, which makes things very fun and fast. Here I am getting a ton of lemonade because I need a ton more money soon. To be honest, I could have done this better in hindsight, but whatever. Also later I calculated that putting it on 5 cost at 80% chance per second is the most efficient to put it at, but also if you really risk it and put it at a very low chance at an extremely high price, you could in theory get very lucky and beat the game basically within seconds, but I obviously did not grind for that. Here I am close to running out of lemonade and I should be pressing allowance, but as I said, this was a stupid run basically, and I could have done better, so if you smash like I will redo this run, but better. However, do remember I did this with an auto clicker, and so that was done much better, but still takes a while, so stay tuned for that. Looks like someone finally remembered the allowance button. SMH. Anyways, we are getting very close to the longest and most boring part of this speed run, which is the absolute grind for the next level, which requires basically just waiting quite a long time. Considering this is a speed run, however, I still do finish the game very fast, which I will tell you at the end of the run. Just grinding to buy the final very useful upgrade. Okay, now time for a big note. I played this on like the 7th of April or something, I don't really remember, but after I played like a day later they actually updated the game and made the glass upgrade here actually free, and let me just show you a clip of that right now. So here's me from the future, and I'm buying the newly updated and upgraded lemonade machine, and I will say it is very satisfying, and it did make the speed run a bit faster, which I will obviously not include because I'm not redoing my speed run unless someone beats it and shows me, but I doubt that will happen. Anyways, I will say I don't like the fact they actually made the glass free, because you never actually buy something that says glass is now free, but it just says just add the ingredients, and so either they should have added a glass upgrade or something, and then replaced the useless bicycle with that. By the way, I'm saying the bicycle is useless because the bicycle, car, and truck don't make a huge impact on the game, and basically just add 1 more coin per lemonade, and honestly not too fun when speed running. But anyways, I think it could have been done better, like massively increasing the prices of each stage after bicycle and making them have a much larger impact, or maybe making the sell chance per second apply faster than every second. But I don't really know. Okay, but anyways, back to the speed run I was doing. Okay, back to where we left off, and we are almost entering the mostly useless transport saga of this game, where we basically have to get 1,300-ish coins with barely any help, but still it's not too bad, and when you are not speedrunning the game like I am here, it is actually fun to test the higher chances per second, etc. This is a really fun game, and I am not trying to hate it in any way, so go check it out if you want. Okay, so here I realized I had 900 lemonade, which is probably more than enough to proceed to the next section, but do I even want to? Because the coins and lemonade I have is carried over to the next level, and so it is probably better to get a bunch more of those before I go over, which is what I do later in this run, I think. Okay, but ignore that because this is a 16 times speed clip of my speed run, and yeah, there is a whole lot of waiting. At least I realized that spamming the stuff was probably gonna cause it to lag more, because I didn't do that too much. Okay, so I guess I didn't actually try to save any more money or lemonade, so I'm guessing I thought I had enough, which to be fair, having 900 lemonade starting the next level is very good, but in hindsight I defo should have spammed more until I had like 3k coins as well or something, because you can see right here I am literally just waiting to get coins, but then again it is easier to gain coins and stuff in the next level, so maybe not. But either way, I think 1,000 coins is the bare minimum I should have had when starting, but oh well. Okay, going to speed this up for your enjoyment. Anyways, time to explain what exactly is going on here, and what the strat is for speedrunning. So basically the top button basically buys more lemonade, whilst the button 1 uses lemonade to get more coins per tick, and you should make sure you have more bottlers, aka the top button, than trucks, aka the bottom button, at almost all time, because otherwise you will lose lemonade, and when you do that it makes it very very slow and painful, which is what is happening on screen, proving this speed run is garbage. But anyways, if you have a bunch of lemonade, you can go over a bit, and I think you should for the start, because the more trucks you have, the more coins you will get, and with more coins you can buy more stuff, which is always better. Speed. Okay, so these are the upgrades, and to be honest, I don't really know what these do too well, but I do know that I just like to buy them when I start earning a bunch of money, and can afford it easily. And after that last upgrade we won't be touching the upgrades button for a while, because now it is time to earn some money, and this is so broken, you will see later in this video, because I break this part so badly, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, ignoring that, this is where the amount of money I have gets absolutely crazy, and I need to spam click like hell to get more and more money, and right here I kinda mess up because I totally forget to press the plus on the amount of money. But whatever, and eventually I have way more than enough money to go to the next stage, but I don't for a while, because I would much rather have a bunch of money when starting the next stage than have like no money, and honestly even like 10 million would have been enough, but I went crazy with it. If you thought I would stop at 2 million, you would be so wrong. I only pressed it to show you guys I knew I had enough. Here I start switching between stuff, and to be honest it's not a very good idea to do so as I get airtime, but not gonna lie, in this game it's not that bad to do so, because I can still press the buttons with enter, which is my main form of clicking at this point. Do you think enter should be against the rules? Haha, too bad, because ain't no way I'm gonna play this without spamming enter the entire-ish time like I am. Okay, finally have enough money with 18 million, which honestly is less than I thought I got, but whatever. As you can see, pressing these buttons increases my money, and honestly pressing both of them basically do the same thing in increasing my money. However, it's probably better to spam the bottom one only somewhat, but I honestly have no clue, and if you want you can play the game to find out for yourself. Do note, I am not sponsored by this game to say this, I just want to say you can play it if you want, or comment if you want to see something. And finally here I swap to the upgrades tab, which is where the money truly gets crazy in this game, and for the rest of the game you have to spam the top button like crazy and stuff to get as much as possible. Anyways, I did find out later, when pushing the game to the max, the amount of money you gain in this round is dependent on how much money you got in the previous round, so it is actually crucial to get way more than 1 million in the previous round, and it's actually way better to aim for like 500 million or something, as it is easy to do and increases your money in this stage massively. Anyways, we are getting extremely close to the end of the game now, and honestly I'm just spamming to try to reach 1 trillion as fast as possible, and I will say I accidentally missed the 1 trillion button exactly on time as I press enter on it instead of clicking, which is a minor time loss, but whatever. Anyways, very fun game to speedrun, to be honest. Also, the song is pretty good. My only complaint is that it does not loop forever, as it eventually just ends, which kinda sucks. Anyways, not gonna lie, I feel like getting from 750 billion to 1 trillion should not take too long, but it feels like the same from 250 to 500, but whatever, still very fast. But anyways, 1 trillion is here finally, and that is the end of the speed run, clocking in at a time of just 14 minutes and 45 seconds-ish, which is actually terrible, not gonna lie, and I feel like a sub 10 minutes is probably possible, but do note this was my second ever, and I mean literally ever, run of this game, so I could probably do better now. Right after that run though, I did this run with an auto clicker to spam for me, which should be interesting, and don't worry, I will skip like most of it this time. Right off the bat, instant time loss, but cool, Nick ignores it completely and doesn't restart. Why, you ask? I have like no idea, but whatever. Anyways, wow, that sound is kinda annoying, but also very cool, and using the auto clicker is actually very fun to play this. Okay, enough of that, let's just speed it up a lot and see what happens, because anyways, as you can see, I clearly didn't learn the lesson about lag, as I reach super high numbers and eventually stop when I realize, but stop, that is a lot of lemonade and stuff, and a lot of waiting too. Well, to be fair, getting like 20,000 is pretty funny anyways, so it was worth it, lol. Now for the big wait. Remember, this is sped up in reality. I had to wait, and it's not like I could just ignore it, because I had to make sure I got it on time. But anyways, here I am just getting a bunch of lemonade, and I kind of mess up by not also saving up some money, but then again, maybe it's better to not save up money, but who knows. Anyways, next level, and you already know what's up, it's time to grind some coins. Not as sped up because I actually finished this level pretty quickly. But anyways, unlike last time, I make sure I always have a good amount of lemonade, and that really made this faster. Anyways, that's probably enough money, however in hindsight, I think I defo should have stayed a bit longer, because the money goes up so high, and getting a trillion after that is so easy. As you can see, I kinda mess up here, because I thought I had way more money than I actually had, but anyways, it's not that bad. Anyways, this is only sped up by 4 times, which is half less than last time, which was half less than the round before that, and that's because the game is faster here. Right, so here I decided to put the sell price way up just to see how high it could go. Honestly, didn't really think much of this, but then something absolutely incredible happened. So after some time messing around doing nothing really, if you notice the coins, it suddenly goes up by the sell price, and this is an absolutely incredible discovery, because it means the 0% isn't actually 0%, and if you could somehow spam that number to like 10,000 really quickly and then use the allowance button to buy lemonade, you could in theory get lucky and get the coins, and then move on to the next section very quickly. Okay, but time to break the game a little bit, because to be honest, I don't even know, but let's see what happens. By the way, my speed run with autoclicker was 12 minutes and 32 seconds if you wanted to know. Right, so now we begin. Honestly, that took so long for me to do, and wasn't even that satisfying, lol. Sped up nice. Okay, but now it's time to really break the game, and I mean really, because here I absolutely destroy the game. Right, so here I just keep earning more and more money, and I'm not gonna stop. The amount of bottlers and trucks I have now gets absolutely insane. So does the amount of money I have, well, until this happens. My money suddenly goes negative, and well, that was surprising, or well, it would have been if I didn't know how numbers worked in computers, and so it was not too surprising for me. But here's the short version for you people. Basically, there's a max number, and when you reach it, the number will loop back to the lowest possible number, and for reasons I won't explain here, I reached the maximum number allowed in this game, and so it looped to the lowest number, which is negative. And well, I still was earning positive amounts of money, so I was able to get back to zero reasonably quick, but still that was pretty cool to see, but I'm not done yet. Okay, so I will speed this up a lot, but here I basically keep doing the same thing until I finally think of a pretty good strat to save me some time, so I can earn way more, which I will show you in a bit of time, as you will see shortly. So here, as you can see, I am spamming the minus button, and you may be thinking I am stupid because I won't gain any money, but you see, since I already reached the maximum money allowed anyways, I realized going negative just kept wasting time, so by putting my income at 0, I could keep spamming the buttons without stopping every now and then at the end, put my income to the max. Okay, now I'm just spamming the buttons, and I am hoping for 10,000 bottlers and trucks. This took far too long, but oh well. Right, but here we start spamming the button until 10,000 because that's when the number increases a digit, and after that the next increase will be at 100,000, and that is way too long for me to get to, so I decided to stop it here. By the way, this is sped up 10 times and it still took forever, ending where I started with 0 sell price. Nice. But moving on to the next section. By the way, I was seeing if I could buy the 1 million for negative money, but I couldn't, but that makes sense anyways. Started off with 1 billion already, wow, that's funny. Okay, but ignoring that, let's just finish the game with the same speed as before, and whoa, that was way faster. But I'm not close to done yet because I need 10,000 lobbyists for some reason, so let's spam to that. Nice, I got 10,000 on the dot, obviously on purpose. Okay, but what's strange is even though I spammed to 10,000 lobbyists, which is more than double the amount I had when I first hit 1 trillion, I still have not hit 2 trillion or anything, so I decided to let the game go idle for a bunch of time, like 15 minutes or something, I don't even know, but anyways it was probably not worth it, but let's see what happens. What you are watching right now is 16 times speed, and this still lasts so long, proving how long I let this go idle for. But anyways, as you can see, my 1 trillion does not go up anymore, meaning they hard-coded it so that it stops at 1 trillion, and whilst I was planning on keeping this idle for like 30 minutes, I decided to stop it here. But anyways, this was a pretty fun video to make, even though I spent way too long editing this video for some reason. But if you are watching right now, like and subscribe if you haven't already. But I doubt anyone is watching. Anyways, it's time to end this game because otherwise I will just go on forever, and honestly this video is way too long already, so let's just end it here. By the way, this game has some nice music, I only wish it kept looping the entire time. Also, as you can see, I kept the 10,000 lobbyists the entire time, which is a pretty cool number to end on. Okay, never mind, because you actually thought I would leave it like that. Absolutely not. Anyways, what a fun game, and this is the end.